Stepping was fantastic, to be honest, like a really great crowd. And what actually happened there was of set hunting was my forte. And they were gracious enough to accept it. And honestly speaking, the crowd was like brilliant. I mean, 2, 3 years, I was a good manual tester. I hope so, I was a good tester. So
If your kid comes and tell you that, Papa, I want to do a career in testing, what would be your reaction? And so,
it's so colorful. I mean, it keeps your day happy and to embrace the fact that AI is going to be the next big thing.
very
With
good
a lot of
morning.
data sets
Today
that
we
we
have
have.
Mr. Shyam Sundar Ramaswamy with us. He is Senior Staff Cybersecurity Architect at GE Healthcare. He was one of our keynote speakers at our Step in Summit Conference 2024. Hi, Shyam. How are you doing today?
Thank you, Namrata. I'm really good. Thank you so much for having me on your
Um, how
show.
was their experience at Step In, and how did you come to know about us?
A really great crowd. And what actually happened there was I have over like 17 years of cybersecurity experience. And when they reached out to me, it was really interesting to pitch in about threat hunting and types of. They were gracious enough to accept it and like, brilliant. I mean, uh, they really welcome me. And then, this is the boring side of things. Nobody wants to listen, but I'm glad it actually went on really fantastic. And right from meet and greet and meeting the audience, I had a lot of questions post my talk. People came and approached me. All the
As you mentioned, that a lot of people approached to you after the talk as well. So, what do you think? What was that topic, or what was that thing that resonated most with the audience? Um,
transition from myself. I mean, even I was a tester when I started my career, like tester. I hope so. I was a good tester. So, and then I transitioned into the cybersecurity. Many of those questions were like how to transition. And I also spoke about embedding cybersecurity with testing, how it resonates well, and they go hand in hand. Most of the questions were like the tools you use, the techniques you use, and they probably asked me like how I went ahead with this whole journey of it and what would they need to pursue to get there. And they had some of them had some really state of the art problems of verification, cybersecurity stuff. And many of them also came and approached me on a fact saying that even what you deliver in the talk is what we're trying to do also. So there were some directions that were asked, and those were the set of questions and some candid chats was fun. I mean, I kind of liked it.
that's great to know, ma'am. Maybe because it was need of the moment, your topic was. So, I think that what made a lot of people to come and ask you a lot of questions. Thank you so much, Shyam. And another fun question for you, Shyam, is that if your kid want to pursue career in software testing or related field, what would be your reaction? And if you can tell us in three emojis, would be really great. It would be fun then.
The emoji side of things, is it? Emojis, I would probably give it like a Hollywood movie title for all these three things.
Okay.
One is probably The Pursuit of Happiness, I would say.
I
The
recently
other,
watched it. Yeah.
oh, really nice.
Yeah.
And then probably I would say, since I'm from the cybersec side of things, I said, uh, in this industry, it's either Dark Knight, it's the Batman Begins, then the Dark Knight Rises, fitting end to the trilogy. So I would always say, my daughter, it's like an awesome field to probably pick up, and
Okay.
Gotham always needs you. So go for it.
Or three
Yeah,
movies through which you will tell. And why
absolutely.
Pursuit of Happiness? I mean, if you want to tell us for our audience, if someone hasn't watched that movie.
It's a real struggle. Like every people think it's the people only see the fancy side of things or the money, right? See, you're sorted if you're doing engineering, and you think it's all it's all good when you get a job. But the higher you go in the ladder, right? I mean, the struggle is real. Okay. The pursuit of happiness is also about like a dad and a son, and the struggle is real to meet ends meet, technically in the movie. But here also you hit a fact which is called as the creator's block.
Mhm.
Often when you climb the ladder, or often when you are too much into this of like 7 years or 8 years, you hit a creator's block, and it's a struggle to get to the end goal, barring everything. And you have to balance your family, you have to do a lot of things, and then there are some personal sacrifices you will have to make, to stand at work, where you have to make some sacrifices at family and some sacrifices at work that you have to do for the family. It's technically like the pursuit of happiness, and only the dad and the son knows the struggle. The struggle is real, but at the end of the day, that the hard work that you put in, it always pay rewards. So that's how I would see it.
Perfect, perfect. I think that would motivate for to the people who want to pursue their career in testing, but are not bit confident. So thank you so much for putting it in a very different way, which is very inspiring. Um, so Next question: if you want to give a flavor of ice cream to the career of software testing, what would it be and what toppings it would have?
Those intolerant, I can't eat ice creams. Would be the one that I'd probably eat.
Pista.
Yeah.
Why so?
It's so colorful. I mean, it keeps your day happy, and something is joyful with all those nuts and all those sprinkles that you eat on toppings. It all looks nice, but yeah, it's good to digest, and that you have to work out hard to burn those calories. Yeah, so that's how I would say it.
And what solve a bug and you're not able to find one? So how would you describe that frustration in terms of pista and nuts?
But I'll tell you something, testing is a very interesting
Okay.
methodology, right? So how I would see that is you're not proving anybody wrong, but it brings in your ability to investigate a problem. That's very tightly coupled with cybersecurity. When you file a bug and when you're a tester, right, you have to give a lot of evidences, you look at a lot of environmental factors. And there are a lot of bugs that you file it out of the chaos. You would really feel like somebody like a Sherlock Holmes when you discover something and then you and it's like fighting against a pack of wolves who are like probably the developers and you kind of tell them, say, you know what, this is wrong. Oh, and then that joy of discovering something and sometimes it accidentally becomes a CV also, right?
That is the last part of that chocolate cone, I would say, where
Yeah.
we all crave for. So that is that part.
I
Wonderful.
always resort to the cone part when we talk about solid the ice cream. They don't eat that, only that's the one I get to eat. So yeah.
So we have to eat whole ice cream to get to that part. So exactly what you describe, that joy of finding that bug is it's wonderful. So rightly put and rightly said, Shyam. So last but not the least, Shyam, I want to ask a question about the new technologies coming in, like generative AI, and especially in software testing. And there are certain global certification courses which Verity is doing right now, which is Gen AI assisted test engineer. So what is your take, and how do you feel it's important for software testers and someone in this field to upskill themselves in this by through this course?
Storm that you have to brace yourself. So another thing is a technology wave that's happening, and unfortunately or like fortunately, it's not like your blockchain. Because blockchain is something that everybody wanted to do, but nobody had no idea. Is solving your use cases, solving your problem, and it's all about the data bank that you have. I think you'll have to embrace the fact that Gen AI is going to be the next big thing. With a lot of data sets that we have. If you have been in the field for like 7 to 10 years, you know the work drill. Gen AI is an absolute problem solver for you. But there's a disclaimer, it's not going to take away any of your jobs. You will
Okay.
be in the forefront of it where you will develop next gen AI kind of technology to do the work. And it needs a human touch, which you, with the right experience in the right place, can absolutely make a difference. So go for it. I suggest you not to learn Gen AI and then apply and then look for a field to apply to it. Rather, learn Gen AI and apply to the field that you have been absolutely been good at for the last few years. So that's my take on that.
Rightly said, Shyam. I think Gen AI, of course, will not take jobs and it will create more. And people not using Gen AI are in trouble. So we recommend them to take this course. And if you guys are interested, you can message us. The details are in the caption. We are more than happy to discuss and take it further. Thank you, Sham. It was lovely having you. I hope we'll be seeing you next year as well at our conference. And we hope you had a great time with us.
Hope the feedback was good, so you'll see me again next year. If the feedback is not good,
Definitely, the feedback was wonderful, and people really enjoyed your talk. And that is the reason we were also so excited and wanted to have more conversations with you to hear your experience. How was your experience at our conference? So,
I loved it. I mean, it was really one of the best crowds I've probably spoken at. So it was really good, really good, very welcoming, warm, and it kind of untangled a lot of confusion that I had in my mind, saying that am I getting outdated? Do I have to learn more? But when I see the crowd and they embraced me, I think it was just a win-win for both of us. So yeah.
thank you so much, Sham.